whatever time it may be. Now, my friends, in 2004, I, Albert Torcaso, that can be reached at 412-559-2731 by text. I, Albert Torcaso, created, produced, and directed and hosted, or I said host, my TV series and later our TV series for 19 years. Yes, an actual television talk show series. And it was estimated that the potential, at that time, the potential viewership was about 90,000 viewers. Yeah, 90,000. Now, guess I'd put it this way. I did have and still have to this day interactions, that's right, interactions with people who watched my series. Now, I'm going to warn you, my TV series was not easy to watch. You see, all the glory goes to the Lord thy God, and for me, Jesus Christ. Our series, it was hard to watch if you were doing wrong. If you were doing wrong in America, or for that matter, anywhere on earth, I was terrible, G-rated. But some people said I was like 120 minutes. There's a famous news type of show. It's been on for, I don't know, maybe 30, 40, 50 years or more. Well, anyway, they're very hardcore. So when I had our TV series, people said, Al, you're controversial, man, but you're brutal. I said, what you talking about? He said, Al, you called for the destruction of the Republican Party in America and then said the Democrats are on life support. And the guy said, what side are you on? I said, what side am I on? Did you really ask me that question? What side am I on as it relates to my fellow Americans? He said, yes. Newsflash, I'm on your side and the American people's side. He looked at me and said, Al, he said, anybody else, I would think they were lying. I seen your show. You rough on them. You rough on them, the Democrats and Republicans. Yeah, I am. I wasn't only rough on them, guys and gals. I wasn't only rough on them. I don't care who you were. If you wasn't doing right, I'd let you know what time it was. But I had fun too. You know, if you go to my YouTube page right now, you can go to the playlist for Humanity Matters episodes. And I got some episodes that make you laugh like crazy. Now, I'm going to have my forehead up close because unfortunately, I have a very small print here, so I got to see what my family's saying. Oh, okay. We got ourselves a troll in here. How you doing there? How you doing? You got somebody trying to troll me. I love that. This is just so great. How you doing? But you know, if you keep that up, I might actually have to put you on a little old timeout. You might not want to mess with it. Y'all don't want to get on my bad. Trust me on that one. Well, you might get that Humanity Matters live treatment. And you'll be like, maybe I shouldn't have trolled this guy. Maybe this was a wee bit of a mistake. Now, all the glory goes to God. And when I say I don't be playing, I mean legally, ethically, morally, peacefully, and financially. See, a lot of people come here on YouTube And they like to mess with you. I could go there, but I'm going to be nice tonight. I'm going to be nice this morning, but I got to check out and see who this nice person was. How you doing? It looks like it says Big Mouth. Oh, I beat you on that one. How you doing, Big Mouth? How you doing? How you doing? So anyway, it says I speak out. Oh, yeah. So let me say it like this. Anybody who thinks that any president of the United States is going to take care of you, I don't care what party they are, man, woman, child. It's time to wake up. I can tell you some stuff right now. Y'all think that there's conservatives in D.C. Y'all must be smoking something that isn't a cigarette. Love y'all, but you really think there's conservatives in D.C.? Oh, man, you must be smoking. Y'all think that there's progressive. Newsflash, get off the drugs. Love y'all, but get off the drugs. It's a game. I'm going to have to say this. It is a game. Y'all don't know what time it is. See, you got your Apple Watch, you got your Fitbit, you got this, you got that, but you need the El Torcaso type of knowledge over here. Now, I'm not all that in a bag of chips. All the glory goes to God. I'm just the messenger. But let me tell you who I am. You want to go deep? I'll go so deep, you couldn't go this deep. You know why you couldn't go? Because all the glory goes to God. But you know what's different about me? One of the things, I don't care who you are, I will tell the truth. And these trolls, if you want to call them that here on YouTube, y'all just don't recognize. How about this? How about you're on live TV, 6 p.m.? I said TV. I didn't say no little old YouTube. I'm talking about real live TV, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. How about you get a call coming in, and we don't have a 5-second delay because public access in America either didn't want the system or couldn't afford the system. So when somebody said something, it was for real live. It meant anything and everything. I'm talking, you can get a live death threat. You can get a racist. You can get a bless their hearts type of person. So YouTube, somebody going to troll me? It's not anything. I don't want trolls necessarily. I don't want no trolls necessarily. But I ain't afraid of no trolls. I ain't afraid of no trolls. Just like Ghostbusters. I ain't afraid of no ghost. Well, my name is El Torcaso. Matter of fact, let me get my trolls a little something to make fun of me. Come on, trolls. Make fun of me. Come on. Call me a bald-headed old man. Come on. Call me bald-headed old man. No teeth, Albert. I don't really care. Y'all don't know what time it is over here. Oh, yeah. We don't want to go down that street because let me tell you something. I'm G-rated, but I can make you cry if I wanted to. No offense. All the glory goes to God. I know I can do it because I've done it. I'm not proud of that. All the glory goes to God. I was wrong. I made a grown man just about cry right in front of his own boss because he was doing wrong. But let me look what I have. Yeah. Uh-oh, trolls. Come on. You're going to see my forehead. Go ahead. Say something. Go ahead. You say something too bad, you're going to get timed out, brothers and sisters. Timed out over here. Let's see. We got ourselves a Trump troll. Let me see what I'm going to do with that. Let me see. Let me check a little something. I'm going to check something here. I just want to see what we got here. Uh-oh. Hold up. Touchdown Steelers. Give me New York second over here. Well, we have some interesting Y'all shouldn't have messed with me, trolls. You're messing with the wrong Sicilian brothers and sisters. Oh, isn't that a shame? I had to put him on a little timeout. Aw, he thought he was going to invade our freedom here. Oh my goodness. Got the little baby on the timeout. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have called that person a little baby. Yes, I should. Like I said, here's what the deal is like this. This is how it goes down. I believe in free speech. Oh, you better believe that. But if you come in my house or my stream, you better know I'm a veteran, baby. A talk show host veteran. You gonna try messing with me? AJT? You must be crazy. But I gotta get down to more business at hand. Let me see who else is in here. It looks like Redman or Redman VR. I'm gonna go with Redman. How y'all doing? Hi, I'm Trump Troll, by the way. You had to get on a timeout, but hey, I love you anyway. We got not exactly sure how to pronounce the name, but at any rate, it's Brain. Looks like brain ache. That's what I would have said. Hi, brain ache. How you doing? Veteran talk show host. Yeah, not military veteran. When it comes to TV, I'm 19-year veteran. You got that right. But let me get down to some information for all you people out there that may not know the truth about the Republicans and Democrats. I know y'all going to want to run, but don't. Unless you want to lose more money out your pocket. Y'all don't want to know how to save your money and not be scammed by Republicans and Democrats? I'll see y'all later. Love ya. Just remember, I love y'all. But here's the deal. You ever hear of a government shutdown in America? Yeah, I know you did. You remember when those government shutdowns happened? Let me tell you something about your liberal or progressive Democrats that claim to care about you and love you, right? Or they don't ever say love you, but care about you. Here's the real deal. While your mom and dad or yourself may have been laid off, maybe you lost your job because they shut down the government, every Democrat in Congress, they kept getting their money. They caused the owners of our country, that's yourself and me, and your parents, to pay taxes. Y'all lost your job. Y'all lost your money, at least temporarily. And you're the owners of the country. So let me shake this up a wee bit, just a wee bit. Let me throw some knowledge so you don't need to go to college. I'm just saying that. Yes, you do need to go to college if you want to. I just am being silly. But this is the deal. You see, we the people of the United States of America are actually the owners of our nation. Now, it's not acting like it is, but that's the reality. But see, the members of Congress are voted in. Like them or not. So there are employees. Think about your job. You're an employee or a teammate of your job. Well, imagine if you, the employee, kept getting paid, but the actual owner got laid off or fired. That's what happens. That's exactly what happens when there's government shutdown. That's right. That's what happens. So understand this. Every Democrat that was in Congress got paid while your mom and dad and you suffered. So you're probably thinking, well, no wonder I hate the Democrats. Please, would you please get a clue? Love you, but you need to get a clue. Every Republican who was really the main reason, that's not partisan, that's called telling the truth. The Republicans were the majority that caused the shutdowns. Well, they kept getting their money. The employees kept getting paid. The members of Congress are employees, kept getting paid. Your so-called conservative Republicans, your so-called mega. That's a joke and a half. Talk about they're conservative. Please. You really don't want to take me on, Trumpy boy, or man, or woman. You just don't. I love y'all. You don't want to go down that street because it's going to be a street you can't handle. You think you can. You want to challenge me, right? I might just leave you in here, Trump troll. I just might. But be prepared to lose because you will. Because all the glory goes to God. I'm not all that in a bag of chips. But you, please, get real. You don't know what time it is. Oh, you may think you know what time, and you don't know what time it is. See, here's the thing. There are hardly any conservative Republicans. There are hardly any progressive liberals in the United States Congress. They are lying to you. As far as this mega, please. They don't care about you. No. Now, newsflash. I don't care if you're a Democrat. I know what the real deal is. And it would be a good idea for y'all to learn too. Let me ask you a question. If Donald Trump and the Republicans are so great, why did they let your mom and dad suffer through a government shutdown? Yeah, I wonder why. And if they're so great, really, they're so great, why is it they are the employees? Because they work for us. They were voted in by some of you or us. And well, here's the thing. There are employees. You got that? Get the memo. Jot it down. Put it in your apps. Every president of any party works for you, sir, and you, ma'am. That's right. You may not like what I'm saying, but you better recognize because it's the truth. Every member of Congress, Democrat and Republican, they work for us. Now, the truth is, none of them have really been working for us all that much. Not one. And ironically, during the shutdowns, isn't it strange that these mega Republicans and anybody Republican and these liberal Democrats and progressives, it's kind of funny. They kept taking their money and they were the employees and they kept earning their money and they kept keeping their money and they kept using their money while during the government shutdown, maybe your parents or you were struggling. Maybe you almost went bankrupt. Maybe you even almost went homeless. But every Democrat and every Republican kept their money. So the employees kept their money and the owners went bankrupt or homeless. So this game that y'all are allowing to be played, it's a lie. It's a fraud. It's an abomination. So you can have your Trump trolls. I don't care if you're a liberal. I don't care if you're a Democrat. I'm going to love you. But you don't want to go down that street with me because you're going to lose. Now let's see what this so-called troll has to say. Because I'm interested. I may remove this person depending on their speech because they can do it somewhere else. But you're not going to come into my house and think you're going to be the boss. I'm the boss of my stream. Got that? Now let me see. I'm going to see what you had to say. Or in this case, right. I just want to see this. Just out of fun. I just want to see this. Because trust me, not a good idea. Just not. I'm not going to see what this is. Depending on the speech, I just want to see. Now, if it's not too nasty, we'll be all right. Project 2025. You are so uneducated. I'm sorry, you just don't know what time it is. You have no idea. Please. Oh, no, you didn't. Oh, no, you didn't call me a little boy. I got to hold back because I could tell you something that'll send you home crying to your mama and your dad. I don't care what your age is. You'd be crying if I said it. But, as being a Christian and all, I got to remember that's not my place. But one more word out of you, one more ignorant, nasty thing, you'll be out of here so quick. You'll have a headache. Let me see what this monster has said. Let's see what this uneducated person has said. Let's just see. Hmm. Well, let me explain something to you, Trump troll. You're a lightweight. I still love you, but you are not educated enough to be, and I don't mean you're not educated, but you're not educated enough on the facts to be typing nonsense in here. You really think, I mean, it cracks me up how people fell for the lies. And by the way, that's both parties. Okay? I don't want to take this into a political only thing. I could, but this isn't the time. But for a fact, here's the facts. The Democrats lie to you every day, and so do the Republicans. As I said before, I will say again, if we were voting on financial and economic reasons, and we used our brains, I used my brain, but I'm talking about if everybody collectively used their brains, there would be no Republican Party. MAGA would not exist. It's the brainwashing of the American people by both parties that allows this game to keep being played on Trump Drill and almost every American until you start recognizing the truth. Now, if you hang out with me, you'll know what time it is because all the glory goes to God. But I'm deep. I can be deep. And a lot of people say, oh, he never picked on Democrats. Really? You want to go down that street? You want to go on that avenue? You want to go in and on a roller coaster and try to accuse me of playing partisan politics? Oh, you so funny. You so funny. Here's what Project 2025, if it's put into place, here's the truth. You're going to be crying if it is. Every American just about will be crying. That's right, MAGA and everybody in between, Democrat, Republican. Because see, guys and gals, here's the truth. You don't want that to happen. As far as the immigrants and all that stuff, you don't want that to happen either. That's another stream. We can go there. If Trump guy or girl wants that, request it. Go ahead. I'll give you some news that might make you lose your shoes. I know I'm being silly, but I'll give you something that you ain't going to like. I'll give you the truth. And you cannot handle the truth because you cannot recognize the truth. I'm not trying to be mean, but that's the problem here. People are falling for both sides' lies. Here's the truth about 2025, Project 2025. Let's pretend for a minute, hypothesize that it does go through. You're not going to want that when you actually are feeling the effects. You may think you want it, You're not going to want it because Project 2025 will cost people their lives, their livelihoods, or livelihood, their medical health and wellness, and ultimately, it's going to cost you money. And that's what the Democrats failed us on. Those of us who believe in that they should be around at least a little bit. I said it once, I'll say it right now. The Republicans should not exist as a party if we're talking about people's finances. The Democrats are on extreme life support, financially speaking. Neither party is doing you right. The Democrats should be almost gone on extreme life support or extreme critical condition. Metaphorically speaking. But the Republicans shouldn't even be here, financially speaking. And I say that because if you look at America's history and your financial situation, the Democrats should be the only party that even has a prayer for those of you who believe in God. If you believe in God, that should be the only people you consider voting for. And I'm not saying that because I like Democrats, because when they're wrong, I call them out. Believe me. But from a financial only standpoint, it's ridiculous the way people are still voting. It's a joke. It's an abomination, really, quite frankly. And I'm not impressed with the Democrats. No, because there's some stuff they had done. A lot of stuff, actually. Why do you think the real reason why Harris didn't win? There's a lot of reasons. Let me share some real knowledge for you or with you. One of the main reasons is the Democrats did not get the message out, and they are too cowardly to get the message out. Now, if they would act like the right wing, which is what they like to call the conservatives, they shouldn't even be calling them right wing. They should say conservative Americans, whatever you want to call them. Right wing, I guess, whatever. I don't really care. But the truth is, their system, media system, is 99% of it is false information. That's the real fake news. That's the real lies. Those are the real lies. But their system fools a lot of people, millions. Their system, their so-called media system, rocks. Oh, yeah, I'll give them credit on that. They rocked the House. They rocked the entire United States. And the Democrats are sitting there, including Harris's campaign, trying to be all nice, talking about we're going to do this, which she has some really good policies, don't get me wrong. And I like Harris, don't get me wrong. But their message was too weak because they didn't go on the so-called right-wing media. I'm not afraid to take on the right-wing media. I'm not afraid to let them make me look ridiculous. Hypothetically, they're not going to be able to for the most part because what I would do is, let's just say that I was on one of their shows. Like, let's say, what's his name, Joe Rogan. Let's hypothetically say he was there and he was trying to make me look bad. First of all, if he went too far off, put it this way, if he was doing wrong, I would check him legally, peacefully, ethically, and morally. I would put him in check. Okay, that's the first thing I would do. But even if I let him do what he wanted to do, I wouldn't be afraid because you got to get that message out. The reason why she lost was because of Fox and all the right, not all, but a lot of the right-wing media or so-called conservative media, which is not conservative at all, by the way. It's a lie. It's a lie. It really is. But the Democrats, when it comes to getting their message, they get an F. They fail. When it comes to being strong, they fail for the most part. Even now, they're allowing a criminal, they are literally allowing a criminal to, to basically take democracy and throw it in the trash can. That's what's going to happen starting in January. I love y'all, but you think you've been on a roller coaster in your life if you ever went to a theme park or an amusement park? Hey, I love real life roller coasters, but America's in for some stuff. And all I can tell you is if you believe in a God, right, and whether you are liberal, conservative, I don't care. We need to collectively pray that America and Americans get through some of the things. If they actually institute a lot of these things, friends, it's going to affect you in a way that you don't want. You think you want it because you believe the lies. Let me give you an example. Let's hypothesize they dramatically lower or eliminate Social Security and disability benefits, Medicaid, Medicare, and SNAP. Let's go for that, just those sections. Those programs. What you do not realize are the ramifications that will happen if that happens. A lot of people will get sick and a lot of people will die. You may not care, you may be heartless, but it's still going to make you sad. And I'll tell you why it's going to make you sad. This is for anybody and everybody. Because it's going to affect your job. It's going to affect your finances. It's going to affect whether you get health care when you want it. And you could have $1 trillion and you still may be out in the cold, metaphorically speaking. You might be thinking, well, why is that? Now, I'm not trying to get up here and do all politics right now. But if people are going to try to make erroneous statements in my life, you have another thing coming, brothers and sisters. Hey, I'm a Christian. And God makes the decision. God makes a decision how to deal with those who would do wrong or evil. But make no mistake, this is my live stream. It's not yours. And I will take ownership of it. And if need be, you will be removed from this live. You have and will remain having free speech until they decide to take it away. But your free speech does not entitle you to attack my live. Make no mistake about it. I had people try to pull that on live TV with me. Now, how did I usually handle it? Sometimes I would address them like I am now. And other times I would ignore them as if they didn't even exist. I still love them spiritually and what have you. But I wasn't going to put up with it. Not this guy of Sicilian descent. Y'all just don't recognize. Now, I've had to stand down because the Lord God, vengeance is God's. When evil happens, and it does, you may think that you get a free pass, but you don't. As far as Judgment Day, for those who are atheists or agnostic, Judgment Day is coming. That's legit. That is legitimate, my friends. You better get right with God if you believe in a God. And if you don't, you might want to start because Judgment Day is coming one day. And when it does, you will have to answer for everything. Everything. Now, that being said, let's be clear on something here. I'm not saying that I get a free pass to heaven. I have been baptized in Christ. I believe in God, the Heavenly Father, and Jesus. Yes. But I'm not so arrogant to think I get a free pass. No. And the only reason why I'm not being, let's just say, maybe a little bit more animated with regards to the trolls is because, honestly, if you want me to be honest, it doesn't bother me that much. The only thing that you will not do is try to invade my live stream with certain things. There is a limit, and when you go over it, you're gone. You're left. I mean, you are taken out of this live permanently, not just temporarily. No, 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 no. If you cross the line that I will decide, you will not come back. And you can have your free speech, but you're not going to have it here. You're not going to come into my house, metaphorically speaking, and try to tell me that you have the right to do it. No, you do not. I could have easily removed you right now. I could click this right now and you'd be gone. I chose not to because I love you in a larger sense. But don't take my compassion and my love and my control, self-control. Don't think for a minute that I'm a lightweight. That was the mistake a lot of people had done when we were doing Humanity Matters Live. And they thought, well, I got away with it. I said the F word. I said some racist and sexist things, and he couldn't do anything about it. Yeah, they found out later, and I'm not going to tell you how. They found out that actually I could do something about it. Just to give you a heads up, guys and gals, they found out, and eventually they stopped doing it. Because every time they did it, they would do it. Let's just say we met legally, ethically, morally, financially, and or spiritually. We handled it. We don't need to threaten anybody. We need to love people. We don't need to, even if we have terrible people like racists, or if we have murderers, or we have pedophiles, you name it. We don't even have to worry because if they come into your chat, or at least on legitimate live TV, like we were on, we couldn't necessarily do something right there and then, but we could otherwise. Now, I will tell you this. There are certain things you just don't say around me. I don't care if it's in a chat, in real life, or in any way. And there are certain things you will, in certain lines, you're not going to cross. You're just not. When it comes to some of the things that we experience, like words were said on live TV against children, some as young as 5 years old. And we would have monsters. That's the best way. Bless their hearts. I'm going to say bless their hearts, but they were monsters. They would call in and they would say stuff to children. That's not a troll. That's an evil person. There are different levels of what you would call a troll. That is evil. And of course, we've had racists. The racists didn't really bother me that much. They bothered me, don't get me wrong. Of course they did. But I mean, in terms of their evil was not at the same level. Well, no, I can't even say that. Their evil is at the same level, but I can't really explain it, but they didn't have the same type of impact, or no, not impact, but reaction. But when you go ahead and you say things to a child of 5 years old, That's when I need to pray to the Lord God a lot, a whole lot, because that's when I might actually say some things I shouldn't say. You see, I don't play that. You do not attack animals. You do not attack children. You do not attack physically or mentally disabled people. You do not attack older adults and or senior citizens. Not on my watch. Make no mistake about it. Make no mistake about that. I'm going to go ahead and see what's in here. And I promise you, one person gets out of line, you're permanently leaving this place. I like the views, don't get me wrong. But you cannot get me to sell out. I don't sell out. Understood? I love y'all. If I'm seeming a little bit hard here, a little bit rough, it is what it is. I'm not perfect. I got to see what's in here. And I promise you, if you cross the line, you're out of here. Now, let me see what's up here. And believe me, I'm looking at everyone. So you just got to look at my forehead or say, bye-bye, Miss American Pie. Frankly, that's just the way it is. I'm going to look because I really hope this person was not that. I'm just saying, bless their heart. I'm going to just leave it at that. Bless their heart. But bless their heart. That's all I can say. Let me see what we got here. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm sorry about the forehead, but that's the way it is. When you have very small print, you can't do what you can't do. And I do still care about the Trump troll. I do. In a larger sense, I love him. Or her. Yeah, I do. But I'm still not going to let you abuse anybody in here, especially me. Well, no, including me, I should say. All the glory goes to God. I'm just the messenger that you watch. Give me a minute, people, friends and family. Somebody made a comment here that they're not aware of any government shutdowns. There is a threat, or there was recently, that the United States government may shut down again. There were government shutdowns in the past. You can look that up on YouTube and, of course, on any search engine, and you can learn what it was affected by it. Now I'm going to go back to the rest of this. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you better pray it isn't a go, Trump troll. You don't want Project 2025. You think you do, but you don't. But that's another story. Okay. No, I don't make predictions. Unfortunately, what I'm saying may very well come to pass. I wish it was a prediction, but no. That's actually not true about. There's a comment here by, hold on a minute. It looks like some other Cobra. Looks like it's their YouTube name. I'm not here to proselytize. If you're atheist, I love you. If you're agnostic, I love you. If you're a Christian, I love you. If you're a Jewish or a Muslim or Hindu or Buddhist or anything and everything, I love you spiritually. Even if you don't believe in a spirit exists, I still love you. But the truth is, it's not true that just before you die, you could ask God for forgiveness and all that. A lot of people have misinterpreted what was actually in the Bible. I encourage you if you live in America, to look for a church it's called the Church of Christ, and find a minister or a teacher that will teach you what the Bible actually said to the best of their ability. They're not perfect. They're not God. Only God is God. But I don't want to go down this street, but the reality of it is there's only one way that you can be protected, and that is to get baptized in Christ. And that doesn't mean I'm saying every other person of every other faith. I'm not saying that I don't want them in heaven, because I do. I don't care what your beliefs are. I don't care. Well, I'm just going to say I would love for everybody to be in heaven. The only way you're going to get there's a lot of things you have to do. You have to live a certain lifestyle. But the main thing you have to do is you have to get baptized in Christ. And unfortunately, a lot of churches are not even teaching the correct information. And a lot of people in these churches are not protected spiritually. So that's why I say you should all find out about the Church of Christ, and you should go to a few times, go and learn. Look, I care about your soul. I care about the people that are nasty here. Yeah, I love you. And I don't mind saying I love you. A lot of people say, that don't sound right. That's the problem. People are afraid to say they love somebody for stupid reasons. I'm sorry. I'm not going to say that. But for reasons that they shouldn't be afraid. But they are. I love people. And I love animals. And I love our environment that's being destroyed by a lot of, well, let's just say, non-caring or uneducated people. And everybody's going to think he means the Republican Party. Yes, I do. For the most part. But I also mean Democrats. Since there's a lot of Democrats in D.C. that are just as guilty. That's what I'm saying. People don't realize the truth. It's time you do, because our lives are at stake, guys and gals. Our lives are at stake. A lot of people want you to think that climate change isn't real. They want you to think that it's fake news or whatever. And there are Democrats that are just as guilty. But here's a news flash. Look at the weather patterns of the last 5-10 years. Look at what happened in the South this past summer and fall. Hurricanes, tornadoes, what have you, some of the worst in history. Guess what? That's because of the climate. The climate is changing. And we can either listen to the people who are lying to us and believe them, or we can save our lives and the lives of everybody on earth and every animal and every insect for that matter. Climate change is real. You don't have to like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. But anybody that tells you it's not is a liar, or they just don't know, or they believe the lies. But I love them anyway. But we cannot deny the truth. I mean, we can. Yeah, we can. But it doesn't mean that we won't suffer the consequences. If somebody broke my window, I could say it's not broke or broken. But if it rains, I'm going to get wet. If it snows, I'm going to have snow in my vehicle or my house. So the point that I'm making here with this analogy is this. You can deny what you want, but it doesn't mean it won't affect you or people that you care about. If you have a broken window in your vehicle and you say, "Oh, that ain't broken," you're wrong. That ain't broken. If somebody wants to get in and steal your vehicle, they can still steal your vehicle. If you have a broken window in your vehicle and it rains or snows, you're going to be cold and you're going to get wet. And just because you say, "Nah, they broke," doesn't mean a thing. So when people say climate change isn't real, friends, they are lying to you. And then you need to ask yourself, why are they saying it? And you have to do something that you may not want to do, research. And a lot of times you're going to find out that these so-called people claiming it, they're getting paid off. They would rather get money than to save their own lives. They're so addicted to money. Is money evil? No, ma'am, and no, sir. If you want to earn $1 trillion, I said with a T, if you were to earn $1 trillion, yeah, I said with a T, $1 trillion, but you were doing the right thing, I wouldn't have a problem with it. I wouldn't have a problem with it. But I have a big problem with the lies and hurting possibly billions of people. That I have a problem with. And so should you. And I'm going to give you all a news flash. If you are under 50 years old, you will suffer the climate changes way more than a whole lot of other people. Because unfortunately, well, I won't even say it that way. Look, human beings have a limited lifespan as it is. The majority of people live to maybe if they're lucky, 100. Some of them 118 was, I think, or 120, I think, was the longest living person on record. That doesn't mean that somebody didn't live longer, but on record. But even at 118 years old, that's really nothing in terms of time, in terms of history, what have you. The reality of it is that even if you were to live 100 or 300 years, let's pretend that, hypothesize that every one of us lived for at least 300 years straight. Let's just say that we did 300 years. Now, matter of fact, let's make it more exciting, if you will. Let's say that each and every one of us lived for 10,000 years. Let's presuppose all of us were guaranteed to live for at least 10,000 years. Imagine that for a minute. Here's the thing, guys and gals. You're still going to be dead a lot longer than 10,000 years. When you die, you're dead forever. Your body is, not your soul, if you do the right thing. Your soul could go to heaven as of judgment day when that happens. But you're not going to go to heaven if you don't do what you need to do. And the first thing you need to do is learn the truth, the real truth, and nothing but the truth. So help your soul and so help you God. And a lot of people don't like this. I don't care. I'm going to tell you the truth because your soul means something to me. You think that I care that people are leaving my stream? I love you. But your soul is more important than me getting views. Your soul is the most important thing to me known to humanity. Yeah, your soul. The soul of my enemies and the souls of my enemies and the souls of my friends matter. So let me be clear. Learn about the truth. We can't just say a couple of prayers and we're good. No, the only way we're going to be saved is if we get baptized in the real water not dipped in water, but actually submerged in water. We must get baptized in Christ if we want to go to heaven. Now, I'm not excluding everybody else and their faith. I'm telling you, according to the Bible, you must get baptized in Christ. Now, I'm not here to be proselytizing, but I will share this with you. If I have to proselytize and hopefully get you to be saved the real way, and your soul someday goes to heaven, or whatever you want to call it, it's worth it. I really care about people. I'm not some guy pretending to. I'm not here on YouTube playing the game. I'm not some politician trying to act like a magician and hiding the truth like a magician would hide their tricks. There are more tricks in Washington, D.C. than any magician or an illusionist ever could do. Trust me. And if you think the Democrats are innocent, you are joking. I mean, you're fooling yourself. They're not. They're not. None of them are. I'm not saying every member of Congress is bad. I'm not saying every Republican is bad. No. Not saying that. I'm not saying every Democrat or independent is bad. Not saying that. But a lot of the policies are. And Project 2025 is going to kill millions of Americans. If they come to pass with that, I'm sorry to break the news to you, but millions of your fellow Americans will die as a result of Project 2025. If it comes to pass, you're going to see massive deaths in this country. Now, the news probably won't let you know, but it will happen, because if people lose Social Security, that's going to really hurt the senior adults or senior citizens. If they lose Medicare and their Social Security, or their Social Security is cut down, and then they have little or no Medicare, how are they going to eat? How are they going to get their medications if they need them? They're going to be sick and dead people. If they get rid of disability, sick and dead people. If they get rid of the Affordable Care Act, sick and dead people. If they get rid of SNAP, very hungry people. And I really don't want to go here, because I don't want to scare you. But you better pray. You could be the most mega loving American. You better pray that what you thought you wanted doesn't happen. I'll tell you why. If it really does happen, nobody in America is going to be safe to walk the streets anywhere. Anywhere. You might be thinking, why am I saying that? It's called looking at the facts. I've always done that on my TV series. I'm not going to stop here. I don't care what format I'm in. Here's the thing. If you take away people's money and their access to health care and food, you will have an extraordinary increase in crime in this nation. And I don't want that in America. I don't want that. I wouldn't want that for my worst enemy. If 2025, Project 2025 is successful, there will be no grocery store that you can really safely go into. There will be no big department store. There will be no big box store. There will be no warehouse club. There will be no safe place in the entire United States of America. You think there is. You may believe there will be, but there won't be. Yes, that's an extreme statement. And I am talking about rural America. Okay, I didn't pronounce it right. I'm talking about every place. Why? Because guess what? No matter where you live, there are people who depend on Social Security, disability, Medicare, Medicaid, SNAP, or the Affordable Care Act. They may be on one of those programs getting help, or they may be on a couple, but they are there. And then you throw in getting rid of millions of immigrants, legal or illegal. The prices are going to go up. You'll be putting out more money. So you better pray it doesn't come to pass, because it's not going to be a pretty sight. I'm not trying to scare you. I love you. I love you. I do. But I'm not going to hide the truth. I didn't for 19 years, and I won't now. You think you've seen horror movies, right? I'm sure some of you have seen slasher movies, right? If Project 2025 comes to pass, it will be more horrific than any horror movie and every horror movie that ever existed, because it will hurt literally maybe as much as 100 to 200 million of our fellow Americans. And ultimately, it will hurt every American. Those who voted for Trump and those who did not. Those who voted for Harris and those who did not. If 2025 happens, unfortunately, we'll all be suffering. It will be the first time we're all united, no matter what your party is, atheist, if you're Christian, religiously or financially, whatever you want to separate yourself from, we'll all be on the same ship, the same boat. If this comes to pass, you better pray. You better pray don't. I don't want to scare you. I don't want to make anyone who has mental illness afraid. I don't want that. I want our nation to thrive. I love America. I love America. I love freedom. I believe in free speech. I don't believe in invasion of somebody else's speech, which is what a lot of these trolls think they can do. But go ahead, play with me a couple of times. Go cross the line on one of my lives. Go ahead. And you'll be gone. You'll be gone. You will be banned. And it's not taking away your freedom, because you can still create your own channel. But my channel is my channel. Make no mistake about it. Trolls, I still love you, though. I won't let you abuse me or anybody here, but I love you. So in closing, if you are a believer of God, I don't care how you voted. I want you every night when you pray from this day forward that the Project 2025 never comes to pass. Even if you think you want it, I want you to pray that it never comes to pass. Because I'm not so sure our nation can actually handle that. I really don't know. I really don't. I don't believe that our nation has such hatred that they actually think it's a good idea. If they knew the truth and actually knew that it was actually the truth, and it's not fake news, but if they knew the truth, I really don't think anybody would be for it. Because it could cost you your job, by the way. A lot of businesses And even medical establishments could end up going out of business. A lot of people didn't think about the ramifications. I don't want it to come to pass. Let us pray for those of us who believe in a God, of any, whatever you believe in. Pray every day, every hour if need be, that Project 2025 does not happen. But I'm not going to end this on a scary note. I love you too much for that. Look, one thing I do know is this. Even if the worst case scenario, 2025 comes to pass, somehow, with God's mighty help, a lot of us, and hopefully all of us, will get past it. And then, with God's mighty help, in 2026, you will vote. And you will vote for your freedom. And you will vote for your future. And you will vote for America's prosperity. And then hopefully you will do that in 2028, in 2030, in 2032, in 2034, in 2036, in 2038, and so on and so forth. Because a lot of you are the future of this nation. Think about it. You're the future of this nation. Now, I believe in you. I believe in the Lord thy God, in Jesus Christ. I also believe in all of you, even the nasty ones. I love you. Okay? And I don't like looking into the camera the way I am. Feels like it's goofy. I like it like this, more informal. But people kept saying, you look like you're asleep. Okay, I don't look like I'm asleep now, do I? No, I look like a robot, but I don't look like I'm asleep. Look. Sorry about that. It's like this, y'all. We need to pray that that doesn't happen. Yeah, we do. But guess what? God's still in control. Yeah, there's a God. Trust me on that one. There is. It's all good. And a lot of people say, well, if that's true, why did this happen? Why did that happen? Look, I'm not God. Okay, I'm not. I don't know. I'm not taking that class, as the late Jim Rohn used to say. But I'll tell you a class that I will take. A class where your life gets better in every aspect. You can look at my videos. You can subscribe and look at my other videos. And I do have some really fun stuff here. I mean fun. Like make you roll on the floor laughing in real life. Not typing it, but actually it happening. I've done some funny, wild stuff in life. You can look it up on YouTube. And by the way, that troll or attempted troll, you know what? I'm proud of that person, actually. They didn't cross the line, at least in my opinion. I could double check, but I didn't see anything that I would consider crossing the line. Racism, threats, pedophile or pedophilia, things like that. That troll didn't do it. So even though that troll may not like me, it's all good. I love that person anyway. So I'm actually proud of that person. They kept dignity with them. They had integrity. Yeah, that person had integrity. Think about it. Because I had on our live series, I've had some really bad people call in. I'm talking level 10 out of 10. That's right. Unfortunately, But you won't see it on YouTube because, well, let's just say it was taken care of. In the editing room, it was taken care of. But in closing, look, I want you to have a great life 24 hours a day. And I'm doing my best with God's mighty help to see that that happens. But you've got to take the action. So I would suggest you look at my other videos. And in closing, have fun in your life. Don't overwork yourself to the point where you cannot have fun. Have fun in your life. Your life matters, okay? Let me look at this stupid lens thing. I'm sorry, but I didn't mean to say stupid, but it feels to me like I'm a robot. Oh, look at that. I can't help myself. That's not the way I am. But at any rate, I love y'all. Y'all have a good morning. And remember that you do matter. All of you matter. And if I'm long-winded, then so be it. If I get on your last nerve, go to the nearest hospital and get a new set of nerves, because I might get on your last nerve. But I love all of you. This is Al Torcaso telling you that you really do matter, because you do. I love you all. 412-559-2731. Text me now.